Welcome. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I just wanna speak about coming out from varsity with the help that is going to us still in varsity. So when we're in varsity, the main focus that we focus on is school. We don't really plan out that um, X and Y and Z, this is what I really want to do in details. Yes, we do have an idea that, for example, I want to get married, I want to buy a car, I want to buy a house, I want to have children, and by 5 years, I want to save this X amount. Then when we got a job and start working, we actually do the opposite. So with sometimes this is due to peer pressure, people that we are exposed into. So when we grow up, we don't get, I would say, I don't really get that financial information on how things work, because for me it's basic and it goes like this. If you buy something that increases in value over time, therefore you stand a chance to do better in life rather than having to buy things that decrease in value. So every time when you buy whatever that you buy, you ask yourself, will this thing increase in value or decrease in value? So in other language, financial language, they say it's assets, you know. So it's very important. So the other thing that I would do, I would start investing in the stock market. Here in South Africa, we do have JSE, and we do have brokers that you can invest into. Shares, guys, some of the shares are very reasonable in terms of prices. For example, they are companies that trade their shares on a JSE at $50. So you allocate a certain amount from your salary, because at that time when you start working, you really don't have, I would say, many things that you pay for. So when you structure that way, that okay, the things that I want to pay for, or the debit orders, should be the debit orders that are going towards things that will increase in value, rather than having to buy your debit orders go through things that depreciate in value. So the other thing that I would do is I'll try to track my net worth every month and see how much am I worth. So the mentality of going to work for me, it would be that I started from primary school, then went to university, and went to high school and went to university. Now I'm at a stage where I got a job and I'm starting like a career. So when you start a career, you should have another step that you should move to. So for example, you would say, I want to retire at 30. Then you structure your life in a way that after a certain period of time, you retire at that age that you specified. The problem about us, the other thing that we do plan the plan, but we don't do the plan of action on how X and Y and Z is going to happen. And the other thing that I would do, I would take my goal and structure them into a system, to be a systematic approach. For example, in soccer, there is a system that they play, for example, 4-4-2. That's the system. Yes, they do. They know the rules of the game. Yes, they are playing, but they should play throughout the system in order to beat the opponent. So I would have sort of like a system. For example, if I want to invest in real estate, so we all know that everyone is like, property is it's a great investment. So when you think about it and you're like, okay, I want to invest in property, but you don't have the capital to do that. Start in buying shares. When you buy shares, you upscale up until you have enough money to buy the property. So when you do that, it sort of like helps you, and it helps your mind and your actions, that okay, these actions that I'm doing, I'm putting towards having to start investing in real estate. So obviously, investing. The other thing that I'll do is to invest in myself through knowledge, is to take time to understand myself. 2 years back, I I asked myself a lot of questions. One of them was, why do I feel unhappy on the on the payday? So why do I am emotional? Because there is nothing to be really emotional about it. Actually, it should be a good day because you are getting paid. But because you have these debit audits that you pay, so that sort of like makes you feel a bit sad. So then I asked myself those questions. I went and I invested in myself through the knowledge of studying about myself, studying the psychology on how I think, and I met myself actually. It was amazing. So then I realized that my definition of what money is was sort of like wrong, because it's there and I'm here. I have my own life, and this is the money or things that gives me power to buy X and Y. So the other thing that I'll do, rather than having to invest myself, I learn a skill that is outside my profession. I'm a researcher by profession, so but I started to learn computer programming. I started to learn Python programming, because everyone say, hey, everything is going online, but nobody really works. Nobody really takes that opportunity to learn about, okay, how can I position myself when everything goes online? What can I do? And YouTube is here. The internet is open. There's a lot of information where you can start to learn something. So when you develop that skill, no matter what happens, either maybe you lose your job or anything happen, then therefore you know that, okay, fine, I do have this skill that I can use in order to channel myself and to become like a better person. So the other thing that I'll do is to delay gratification. So it's to work hard, it's to understand that, okay, fine, I just got out of varsity. I need to put the seeds on the ground. So when you put the seed on the ground, you have to water every day, and you have to do the weeding, and you have to go through all that processes. So that at the end of the day, you will see your seeds growing, or the things that you do. For us guys, it is very important, the person that you choose, or your girlfriend. I mean, because if she doesn't understand your hustle, we call it like that, your hustle or your vision, it's very hard for you to be able to push. You need somebody that is going to support you, so as your boyfriend, if you are a girl, somebody that is going to support you. Both of you need to have sort of like one goal or one vision, or working towards differently towards one thing. For example, we're working towards buying properties. So that will help you, because now you have two brains working into one thing. So that stands out to be very, very, very powerful. Other thing is, I'll choose my friend wisely, people that I chill with, people that I talk with. So because that is very important on how you encourage each other, or do you what do you speak about? Because those things, when you are alone, you tend to think about them. Other thing that I'll do, probably last thing, um, that I'll do coming out of varsity, is to read books. There are a lot of audiobooks that you can find for free here on YouTube. So these books will sort of like help you up in achieving your goals, or certain thing that you want to do in future. For example, you want to start investing, therefore you listen to audiobooks. Like audiobooks. The way that I do it, what I've done, I stopped watching TV 2009. That was like a while ago. I stopped listening to radio, because it was kind of like I was being. You have to listen to what they say. You don't have a choice to choose. So that was my own personal reason. So, but when I stopped doing such things, I replaced them with other things. For example, I started doing audiobooks every time when I'm driving to work and every time when I'm coming I'm coming back home. So that an hour's drive, 2 hours drive. So I know that I've been productive. So and here's a trick in reading books. So when you read a book, you first identify the need that you want to address in your life. You don't just go and take a book and be like, oh, I want to read a book. Pomelelo said we should read books. So you see that I don't have knowledge in certain in investing. So I want to read books because so that they can close that gap, so that I can be well informed about investing. While you're doing it, some of us, we do read books, but we don't really do anything. So we ended up reading this book, reading this book, reading this book, reading this book. But in our lives, you find that there's not like an effect or something that you can point that, okay, this book helped me to do X and Y and Z. So if it just came out of varsity, these are the things that I'll do. Thank you so much for tuning in.